Okay, so we're going to take a look at the costs for each of these lines, each of these ads with their different lengths. And so what we remember from that first video is that anytime the number of lines is less than or equal to 4, our flat rate is just going to be $56. So when it says, what is the cost of a 2-line ad, I'm going to plug in 2 for my X value here. So I'm going to type that out. Sorry, first off, hang on. I want to set this up the right way. I'm going to use this top equation, the one that I highlighted in yellow in that first video. And I'm going to do that because I know that 2 is less than 4. So when I want to type this in, I'm going to type this in as f of 2 is equal to $56. I love that it like totally popped up in a random spot. So I'm going to put it right where it belongs. F of 2 equals 56. If they ask me for the cost of a 3-line ad, the 3-line ad is still less than 4, so we're still going to use this top equation. So I'm going to plug in F of 3 is equal to, but I'm going to use this top line. There's nothing to plug in on X here. It's just that straight $56. Nothing crazy there. Okay. When it asks for the cost of a 4-line ad, 4 is equal to 4, so we are still going to use this top equation. It is that flat rate for all of them. So I'm going to type in F of 4 is equal to 56. Okay, beautiful. Now these last two are a little bit different because when I look at those values are bigger than 4, and so that's going to change which part of the piecewise function I need to use. For a 5-line and a 12-line ad, you should be plugging in your X value into this bottom equation. So let's take a look at what that looks like. I'm going to type it in as F of 5. And hang on, that's just going to bug me that it randomly went back here again. So I'm going to type in F of 5 is equal to, and then I'm going to plug it in just like it looks, 56 plus 6. And then in parentheses, I'm going to replace the X with the number of lines in the ad, which is 5, minus 4, keep that all in parentheses. You can either work this out by hand, or I would actually recommend going to Desmos. And I'm going to type that in, 56 plus 6, and in parentheses, 5 minus 4. It does all the math for us, so we don't have to do that. It is $62 for a 5-line ad. So I'm actually going to just come down here and write this out, that F of 5 is equal to 62. I'm not real picky if you have the $sign in there or not, but to make it official, the cost is $62. We're going to do the same thing for this next one. So this one will look like F of 12 is equal to, and I'm going to plug into the equation again, 56 plus 6, and in parentheses, I'm going to replace X with 12 this time, minus 4. Now, I'm going to go back to my Desmos to actually solve that out. So 56 plus 6, and in parentheses, I'm going to type in 12 minus 4. And it looks like for a 12-line ad that the cost is $104. So I'm going to come down underneath here and write my equation out. F of 12 is equal to $104. So a 12-line ad will cost that much. And so there we have those first 3, they were 4 or less, so they were all that flat rate. The 5 and the 12-line ads were different prices because we plugged into that second piece of the function.